finally, new KVK just started, and of course, we have some exciting news which we have to speak about. And in general, when new KVK starts, which is many blades one heart, we have new policies which we are going to speak about in this video. And of course, mastery skills are back, and we have some new skills which we are going to discuss, right? The first topic, which of course is the most important, because, well, at the start of the KVK, most influential thing which you are going to do is to choose the policies and finally basically progress through until the end, because from here you are getting healing production, you are getting military expansions, and stamina recovery, and many different buffs which will be important for you to have throughout the KVK, especially at the start, because at the start you don't have that much of a capacity in your hospital, right? So these season's policies are kind of different. First of all, we have to mention that at the start of the choice, we have a choice, right? You either going for SP recovery speed, prestige gained, or the stamina, right? Of course, since I'm already tier 5 player and my main idea and motivation is to fight in this KVK, of course I chose to go for the stamina. If you are tier 4 player, maybe even some tier 5s, because prestige is kinda needed in these policies because I'm already low, you can easily go for this one. For tier 4 players who are going to use SP hugely because of treaties and arrows, chain of command should be the choice, right? But of course, for tier 5 players, Wellspring of Vigor is the choice. After that, well, here we have one of the most important ones, military expansion for Legion capacity. And what's important is that we have a green healthcare reforms. I always chose to go for the elixir production speed. That's how I'm playing the game for a while, and of course I will keep doing this yet again. I chose daily resource healing, and the resource healing has 10% in the early stages of the game. I wouldn't recommend to go and push to make 10 levels on resource healing, because at the start of the game you are not going to resource heal a lot, because yeah, you generally resource heal in zone 4, zone 5, and sometimes in zone 3, right? So for early game you can even keep it as a 0, maybe later you are going to put some levels here. So basically that's all for the early games for the policies. It's pretty strange that here we are having a choice. We always had these kind of things together in a one policies, but it's fine, right? It's fine. The mid game, basically here, if you are cavalry player or infantry player, you are going for the army group policies for sure and going to max out everything here. But if you are archer player or mage player, you are moving forward and going for the buried bones. Makeaway is back. No, it's always been here. And share of the road, Legion March speed increase 10%, pretty nice for ranged units, especially for archers and mages. So pretty nice to have such an early stage the Legion March speed. After that, we have some new policies for the mid game, right? New policies are random relocation. You will be relocated to a random location in your current region. It must be a skill. Express transfer. When your legion is rooted, spend exchange coins to immediately recall them to your city. I think this one has a potential to be kinda cool. And third party discount. Receive a discount when purchasing items for other fellow members in the merit store, which is kinda nice, right? For discount is good. Yet again, we are having counter infantry, counter magic and marksman. I always, as an archer player, I always go for counter counter magic to deal more damage to mage players, and from top side, of course, I'm always going for counter infantry, because as an archer player, my main focus have always been basically more infantry than anything else in the game. Well, it's well known that if archer player has time to deal damage to mages, then it's GG's, of course. archers are going to always win that, right? So that's my style, counter magic and counter infantry. The next one, we are having some military expansion too, of course, one of the most important policies in the game. 50% legion capacity, of course. When you're gonna max this out, you are going to have 300k troops, which is the max troop count in Call of Dragons. Administrative excellence, of course, as soon as you're gonna make it, it will be better because you will have 2 extra warrants to catch your war pets, which is really, really important. And I like that private practice is already here, because before it was legendary policy, and it's pretty nice. Spend 10 prestige to gain 1 elixir. More ways to obtain elixirs. Elixir is the item which is going to heal your troops. Is better for all around gameplay, for free-to-play players or for pay-to-play players, because I believe fighting in Call of Dragons are most fun activity in the game. So private practice is pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's basically the mid game. And when you are choosing the governance titles, you are going for the late game, right? So governance directions, healthcare benevolence, reprieve, and diligence, right? Let's see what we have new here. Benevolence daily elixir production 50k, resource healing cost minus 5%, and prestige gain 10%. I'm not really sure in what occasions you are going to choose this one. Maybe super early game for some, I don't know, maybe. Reprieve and 50k shaman had hospital capacity limit. 25 million daily resource healing, 1 million extra. Daily elixir production 20k, 10% resource healing cost, and elixir capacity limit 100%. I really like this one. 100% is really, really good. Diligence, 5 million resource healing daily, 20% resource healing cost, and stamina limit bonus of 50%. Well, pretty easy. If you are a full tier 5 player, and you are basically 100, 150, 200 million power player, and you are basically only fighter, diligence, and of course, if you have resources, diligence is the talent, is the policy which you are going to choose for sure, right? If you are half tier 4, half tier 5, if you are new tier 5, you might be going for reprieve. And of course, for diligence, you have to have a lot of legendary heroes awakened besides your main ones, right? If you have only your main legendary heroes awakened, you might go for the reprieve, because I really, really appreciate the elixir capacity limit. Of course, if you are playing on a daily basis for multiple hours per day, reprieve can be a nice, and most of the time I have played with reprieve with a good success. That's why I'm speaking about reprieve so much, right? But of course, if you are full tier 5, max out artifacts, max out warpets, you are always going to go for diligence if you are having enough resources, right? For the late game, for the policy section, we have a choice here, palliative care or glorious death. Gain 1 elixir for every one of your level 4 units that die. I generally try my best to not get killed by my units. From my units, I always try to keep them, but decide whichever looks good for you. Light of Beacon, Rally Army damage, Captain of the Guard, Garrison Legion damage, pretty old ones. And finally, in the late game, we are having legendary hospital elixir production policies. I will always go for elixir production speed. That's my way of playing, and here I'm going to go for daily resource healing. I always go for that one, right? Heeding the call reduces the cooldown of Legion teleport. That's also a new policy, which might be looking really like fun. And the new policy, Oath of Glory. The Legion deals 7% more counterattack damage, 7% more skill damage, and gains 2% HP bonus. When both sides in battle have this policy enabled, 2% of both sides' severely wounded units will die instead of going to the Osiri. Basically, as an archer player, I'm not going to use Oath of the Glory. If you are melee player like infantry and cavalry, for sure this is the policy which you are going to have. Also, basically for mages, right? I don't see normal attack damage increase here. That's why as an archer main and archer player, I'm not going to use Oath of the Glory, unfortunately, right? But yeah, I will share all the ideas and experiences which I will have whenever I will finish the season policies in Many Blades 1 Heart, right? Of course, we have a second part of the video, which is of course the mastery skills. Mastery skills are basically seasonal feature where you can choose different skills from different heroes and put into the another ones, right? Mastery skills whole idea is that you can check out the rally heroes in the game. You know that one skill on the rally heroes and garrison heroes is not effective in open field PvP. You can easily replace rally and garrison skills by PvP skills, and your rally and garrison heroes are going to have same amount of PvP skills as PvP heroes, right? For example, we can easily remove the Magrat's fungal fever and place something else instead of that, right? That's the whole idea of mastery skills as a seasonal feature, and hopefully it will be easy for you guys to understand the idea behind it. In Protective Quest, you will have some quests. This is the currency. You will unlock more and more skills, and then you are basically going to choose which skills are great for you, right? That's basically like small info how mastery skills even work. Other than that, these are the skills which you will be able to put instead of your unwanted skills. Of course, here are some great ones, especially for mage players, right? Deep Burn is amazing skill for mage players. Icy Veins also kinda nice, more defensive one, but for offensive gameplay, Deep Burn, perfection of form, hero skill damage dealt bonus 50% and 20% march speed should be amazing, right? Also for all the archer players, especially for Magrat, because we know we can exchange Magrat's garrison skill to something else. We can exchange those skills by having, for example, the Greensbow's Master, right? 50% mark speed, physical attack bonus, and 10% march speed. Not only that, we have Nico skill here, 20% attack, 10% defense, and also Cindrion's skill, which will be really useful for normal attackers, right? This skill is going to give us 20% attack bonus. When battle begins, the Legion gains rapid fire, launching and follow-up normal attack every second. Basically, we will be able to make the follow-up feature added to the Magrat and Zaida hero pair, which is huge, right? Of course, not only for that, there is a couple of nice skills for infantry players, such as Tough as Nails. This is pretty nice healing skill. Especially for infantry which don't have really a lot of amount of healing in themselves. And also Legion for infantry players, Bahar skill, infantry physical attack bonus 10%, infantry defense bonus 10%, seems kinda nice also, right? But most of the time I believe like devotion is also nice. I really like more mage skills from these mastery skills than anything else, right? I see more of them. Like Deep Burn is great, perfection of form is amazing. You can even take Atheist skill. Icy Veins is also mage skill. Friend of the Hemlock is also mage skill. Also for cavalry players, I don't know why you should actually put garrison skill on your masteries, but also for mages, the compound of interest, I totally forgot. One of the best skills which you are going to get from here, 10% skill damage dealt bonus. Of course, perfection of form is also nice, but after that, like skill damage dealt bonuses are always great whenever we are speaking about mage players. And also for the Magrat, like last time I had mastery skills, I was using this Garwood skill on my Magrat and she was doing absolutely amazing. 75% chance to increase physical damage deal the bonus by 30% whenever it's gonna be 5 level for 5 seconds when healed, right? And for the archer gameplay, I believe you are going to get healed a lot, right? So some interesting skills, this Ordo skill, yet again, well, basically this is the great skill for the cavalry players also, maybe not even only for cavalry players. Defense penetration is always great for even archers. Legion penetrates 10% of enemy defense while in the field, so yeah, basically pretty nice skills for mages and archers. Some cavalry skills are also nice, but if you ask me, mages are the best one, right? Of course, this was the skill section for the mastery skills, and I will give you some tips on which heroes you would use the mastery skills, right? For archers, of course, you are going to choose Rally and Garrison here. Basically, you can exchange your mastery skills for Magrat, like in exchange for Fungal Fever, for Island, the Thieves Lookout, for Cindrion, the Soaring Ambition, and for Sibyl, the Blue Blood, right? You can use the mastery skills which we just spoke about instead of these skills for archers. For mages, here we have Tohar instead of this one, right? Yeah, defensive fortifications instead of for Thalia. Thalia 4 skill musical inspiration, and of course for Gromara's garrison skill, which is this one, Shades of Summoner. For infantry players, for sure, for the Goresh, the Ravaging Army, for the Garwood doesn't really have garrison skill anymore. For the Elanir, which is the newest G5 infantry hero here, Harmonic Ring can be exchanged. For the Lake one, of course, the second skill, which is Boisterous, can be exchanged. And for the Mogro, I believe Mogro has the fourth skill, Unflinching, can be exchanged instead of mastery skills. Of course, we're gonna go and check out the cavalry. For Lieshan Yen, I believe the fourth skill, Ironclad Defense. For Tobin, it's the second skill, Light of the Tower. Yeah, that's the rally skill. For the Theodore, that's of course the fourth skill, or not. Yeah, third skill, Royal Rite. And for the Freya, we can exchange the fourth skill, which is Dominant Demand. That's the rally skill. So you understand the idea on which heroes you can actually use the mastery skills seasonal feature in Call of Dragons. Hopefully it will make your mastery skills decisions in terms of heroes wiser after watching this video. And in general, if you like this video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivations to make more content for this game. I wish everybody an amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.